So the main goal in this research aims to understand how tasks are distributed at home among heterosexual couples in Spain and the Netherlands by forming profiles of who does what. Analyze a series of sociodemographic variables such as age, educational level, and employment status, as they are understood as relative resources that may affect the distribution of domestic activities. And the last one, analyze the connection between the private sphere, the profiles, and the public sphere, work and salary, to see if the profiles can influence participation in paid work and salary. One of the contributions of this research is the use of latent class analysis to identify profiles based on the distribution of domestic tasks carried out by the couple. Research on the sexual division of labor has mostly focused on how much is done through time use surveys, but has not paused to analyze who does what. This technique allows us to identify patterns based on the division of tasks. So the following tables show the average hours that the profiles dedicate to domestic work. The results for Spain show that women, on average, dedicate more hours to domestic work than men across all profiles. The most traditional female profile in domestic tasks spend an average of 30 hours per week on domestic work, while the most traditional profile in the Netherlands dedicates an average of 16 hours per week. In the Netherlands, men spend on average a similar amount of time as women. It might seem that Dutch men dedicate more time to domestic work than Spanish men, but there's not a great difference in the hours spent on domestic work per week among the male profiles in both countries. The main conclusion is that, first one, in both countries, men maintain a highly specialized profiles in the household, while women are moving toward more egalitarian and less specialized roles at home. Women in Spain continue to take on more domestic work load than men, and women in Netherlands spend fewer hours on domestic work than in Spain. But men in the Netherlands dedicate a similar amount of time to household tasks as men in Spain. And the last conclusion is that there is a stronger connection between the private and public spheres for women than for men. For women, traditional gender roles represent an obstacle to their engagement in the public sphere, resulting in fewer hours of paid work and lower salaries, compared to women with less traditional roles at home. And finally, for men, no relationship is observed between their participation in the private sphere and the public sphere. Thank you.